Joining me now is Waterloo West coach Lonnie Moore, and thanks for joining us here, Coach, on the pregame show. And first of all, looks like you guys three straight wins, kind of getting in a little groove here toward the end of the season.
Yeah, we're playing our best football right now. We got some guys healthy also that came back and kind of helped us on both sides of the ball. So that also helps out a little bit when our team is not as deep. So we need some of those key players to make sure they're there to help us out. And we're playing some good football right now.
What do you like about this team and the way they develop?
I just like the non-quit attitude, especially our seniors, the way they lead. We actually lost 3 games early in the season in a row. Any team at that time could have, bailed or, gave up. They continued to come back and kept working, kept getting better. So I just like their resilience, the way they fought, the way they played hard, and then things have happened for us.
Well, you come into this one looking for, you were in the playoffs last year, right?
That's correct.
So looking for your second straight playoff berth, but you play this Waukee team, and they had just a big emotional win over their crosstown rival last week. What do you see out of them? What do you have to do to be successful against them in this game?
Waukee came in, highly rated even before the season started. Looking at their schedule, they had a very, very tough schedule. So that record is very deceiving. They have played some really good teams and played them well. And again, they must have the same type of kids that's worked hard and played hard and got a chance to play their rivals, as their rivals were ranked number one and came out on top. So, they're probably playing some of their best football too at the same time. So, be a good matchup.
What do you need to do for your own team to be successful here? You run the ball, pass the ball, and more. Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our stats, we pretty much even on both sides. So we pretty even passing and running. I just think we need to be efficient, whatever we do. We usually take what the defense give us. We're not run it down your throat if we have to, or make you stop the run, or make you stop the pass. We're more of our offense where we're going to take what you give us, and we try to execute that way, and have our players make sure they execute the plays. Defensively, we just try to play hard. We want our guys to try to be around the ball. We tell them all the time that you can't make a play unless you're around the ball. So we try to fly the ball and be very aggressive and try to get them less to think about. We don't want them thinking a lot. We just want them reacting and playing hard from there.
And you say you're pretty healthy right at this point in the season?
We're a little healthier than we were at the beginning of the season. We still got some guys with some nicks and bruises and things like that. So like every other team, but we started off the season probably right after the first game. We had some guys that were down, and actually the second game, some guys that were down and didn't play for a game or two, and this guy was out. But those guys are all back right now, and it's looking good for us.
Well, yeah, and that's like you say, nobody's 100%
Yeah.
and the season, but you're right where you want to be here on the verge of getting in the playoffs, and that's exactly what you aim for when you start the season, isn't it?
That's correct. So, we have a motto here with our program. When I started back as the head coach 17 years ago, it's called Play 14. And what Play 14 means is we want to play 14 games. Now, things have changed within the last 5 years where they took a game away. So we count our scrimmage as one of the games now. But only 2 teams in 5A play 14 games. That's the 2 teams in the state championship. So we got to tell our kids first, you got to make the playoffs. And whatever way that goes, you don't have to be undefeated or anything. You just got to get yourself in a position to make the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, is everybody 0-0. Now you got to just make sure you're playing your best football. And then you just take one game at a time and try to make it to the dome and then to the state championship.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate you visiting with us here on the pregame show, and good luck to you on Friday night, Coach.
Well, thank you for having us, and we appreciate everything you guys have do for the Iowa football high school. We love it and all the publicity we getting. So thanks for having us, and go Wahawks.
Joining us now is Waukee head coach Gabe Bakker. And Coach, let's first talk about you had the big win last Friday, and of course everybody was kind of watching that because you knock off number one. It's the rivalry and everything. How do you come off of that high and get ready now for this game?
We told the kids on Friday to enjoy it. Take the weekend and enjoy it. Um, Talk to all the people in the building, get that congratulations on Monday morning. But then when we came to practice on Monday afternoon, it was on to Waterloo West because it's just as important of a game, if not more important, than the one we just played.
Yeah, now you need to win this to get in, right? If you win, are you sure to get in, or do you need a little help? How does that all work out?
There's people out there a lot smarter than I am that have ransom numbers and things, and it looks like if we win, then we'll be in. But we really can't worry about that or what anybody else is doing. We just have to go out and try to win a game for our seniors on our senior night.
And what do you know about this team, Waterloo West?
They're very talented. They got playmakers on both sides of the ball. They have a really good offensive line. A couple guys on their left-hand side of that offensive line are college level players. I think one's committed to Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. But they've been solid. Quarterback's very accurate, thrown for almost 1,400 yards, and they're used to winning. You know, they're 5-3. They made the playoffs a year ago, and they've beaten a couple teams that we've played. So I think it's going to be a very competitive game.
And you guys seem to pull everything out in that game, running, passing, a little bit of everything in that. Is that kind of the same thing you see to win this game?
Yes, I think we have to. I think we have to be a physical football team again, being two tight ends and run the ball, but also have an opportunity to throw the ball around a little bit. Um, I think we were very efficient in that. We were 12 of 14 last Friday, and if we could do that again, maybe a few more pass attempts, I think we'd be in really good shape.
You've come through a pretty rough schedule, obviously. I know nobody's perfectly healthy, but everybody, how they doing as you head into this final regular season game?
We're pretty good for it being week 9, and as you said, the grind of the season. We're gonna miss a couple players that played Friday night, but that's just nature of the beast, and other guys are gonna have to step up.
Well, you want to be playing for a playoff spot. Probably would hope a few more wins there, but you're in a spot to play to extend the season, and that's always what you want every year, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You know, we talked to our kids about. I know it's not exactly what we wanted record-wise, but everything we still sought out at the beginning of the year is still in front of us. All we got to do is be 1-0 this week.
All right. Well, good luck, coach, on Friday night.
Hey, thank you very much.